When did she last pass urine?
I don't know. I don't think she has. I'm sorry, it's my fault. I should have monitored her properly.
At least Kylie's got the guts to put her hand up and take some responsibility. Well, who do you think's more at fault here? A junior nurse way out of her depth, or the incompetent manager who dumped her on the wards in the first place? I'll be talking to Rachel first thing in the morning.
It would never have happened if Kylie had kept me updated.
She's right.
Well, if anyone's to blame here, it's me. I should never have put Kylie on the wards without supervision. I knew she didn't have the experience.
I see.
I'm not sure the nursing department can take all the blame here. Brooke, how often did you review Mrs. Kerrigan in person?
As often as I could. It was a busy shift.
Like every other shift.
And like every other doctor in this hospital, I rely on the nursing staff to provide me with accurate information. I assumed that Kylie would know something as basic as checking Mrs. Kerrigan's urinary output.
Well, Kylie's already taken her share of the responsibility, but you can't just sign your patients over to the nurses and then complain when they don't liaise with you.
I did try. Brooke was
Hard to pin down.
busy.
Well, it sounds like you all need to up your game. You included, Brooke. Good communication is everything in this business. It's how we avoid causing harm to our patients.
A few basic nursing skills would help.
That's enough. It's between Nicole and Kylie now. You guys can go. Not you.
Thank you.
Thanks for not being too hard on her. She's already taken a blasting from Bussa.
I bet she was still fuming this morning when she called me. So, what's the plan?
Kylie needs mentoring to get her confidence up. I'd like to take that on myself.
Will you have the time?
I think I owe it to her.
Don't let it cut into your other work too much.
I won't.
Because it's not just Kylie who still has to prove herself, is it?
I beg to differ. I have a copy of the order right in front of me. It clearly states... Well, you're not comprehending me. I have no argument with the amount you've delivered. It's the price you're attempting to charge which is at issue. But you do that. Jerry, the produce supplier.
Oh, you have to watch him. He is dodgy.
So I'm beginning to realize.
Sorry, mate. I'll get them up.
No. You get to the coffee machine. There are people waiting.
Luke, let me... Oh, careful!
Just look around. I need a word.
Well, you have to get in the queue. I've got the day off and I came to drag him away from here.
Oh, I'll leave you to it then. Tell him I was asking after him.
Chris, I was wondering when we'd see you. You're usually in for a coffee round about now.
I had no idea I was so predictable.
Oh, we all have our little routines, don't we?
Let me, you talk to Chris.
1 minute, I promise.
Thank you, darling.
How are you today?
One little headache first thing this morning. I couldn't tell you when it stopped. I've been so busy I didn't notice.
I hope you're not pushing yourself.
Well, it's better than languishing in bed complaining.
No other symptoms, no weakness, no problems with speech or smell.
I keep waiting for some kind of drastic personality change to set in.
It happens.
Well, as far as I can tell, I'm still the same old Luke.
Well, if you're up to it, there's some very interesting reading I could point you to, but it's probably the last thing you feel like.
Oh, on the contrary. It's an area I've always been fascinated by. Didn't think I'd get to be my own case study.
What? Brooke tried to stick the blame on you. What a cow. It was my mistake. Really? Why should you have to wear it because a stuck-up doctor was too lazy to do her own job? That's what it comes down to. I shouldn't have even been on the wards. And how is that your fault? Nicole shouldn't have put you in...
You're dead right. I shouldn't have put you there. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
But relax. It's all behind you now. We're moving on. And you're going to be spending some more time with me. A bit of extra training on the wards. How does that sound?
Are you sure I wouldn't be better off staying in surgical?
Oh, that would be the easy option. Stick with me, kid. It might even be fun.
Morning.
Hi.
How's Mrs. Kerrigan today?
I'm on my way to HDU to see her. Brooke's talking to the family now.
Well, there's a process that you'll need to go through. Sing out if you'd like me to talk you through it.
Thanks.
You know, I'm trying to remember the last time anything like this happened.
I'm sure I'll cope.
Well, if you need help, don't be scared to ask. That's a lesson for all of us, isn't it, Kylie?
No, you don't. Jack, customer, you move. Sit.
I'll make us a coffee. The rush seems to be over.
Luke! Look, here's the thing. We've only got a few months left together. Do you really want to spend it all on the IV?
Well, I can think of worse places.
Can you think of some better ones? You said you were going to.
Oh, we're back to the bucket list, are we?
Well, have you finished it?
I've tried. I really have. but the thought of climbing Mount Everest leaves me cold, pun intended. And nothing would have ever induced me to attempt skydiving before I was ill. I really don't see the point to scare myself silly now that I am.
But you don't have to climb anything or jump out of anything. You could jump on a plane and go somewhere you've always wanted to go. Haiti, you love it there.
The only place I want to go when I'm finished my day's work here is home with you. That's all I need.
Why are you even working? You know Dad doesn't expect you to. Jackie could be here right now.
Well, I like the thought that I'm helping Wendy and Murray. They've both been extremely good to me.
And they don't expect anything in return. Don't you want to live a little?
I'm living every moment, Bella. More than you realise.
Why do they call it auscultation instead of just listening to the body?
Some doctor back in history showing off his Latin skills. I don't know. Thank you, Mrs. Kelly.
Did you hear anything interesting?
Oh, just a few gurgles and murmurs. Nothing to worry about.
You're doing great.
I still feel terrible.
Why?
Boss has obviously got it in for you, and all I've done is give her more ammunition.
I can handle Vasa.
Why should you have to? Why should anyone? She is such a nice...
Next lesson, we do not talk about our colleagues that way, especially not to the Director of Nursing, when the Director of Nursing has to be super professional and isn't allowed to agree with you. Come on.
Where are we going?
I said we'd meet Brooke in her exam. Brooke, I don't get to roster the doctors. Sorry.
Oh, thank you for this morning. I really appreciated the support.
I could have come down on you a lot harder. I didn't appreciate the way you tried to dump all the blame on a junior nurse.
At least Kylie had Nicole there defending her. That's more than I got from you.
I wasn't there to make excuses for you, Brooke. I was trying to get at the facts.
And embarrassing me in front of Rachel. That was just a side effect.
You are quite capable of embarrassing yourself without my help.
Believe me, I know that. I have spent months clawing my way back to some kind of respectability around here, and now Rachel thinks even less of me than ever.
Rachel's barely given you a thought. I am clinical director. That makes you my problem.
Excuse me?
Well, there's obviously a problem, or we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I expected better from a friend, that's all.
Friendship doesn't come into it. This is professional.
Oh, please. You know how this place works as well as I do.
Do I?
Would you really have got that position on the DHB Financial Planning Committee if you hadn't been a close personal friend of Seth Packhurst? I'm not criticising. Good on you for playing the game so well.
I will say this once. I called you on your behaviour in Rachel's office this morning because I had to. If you want to avoid it happening again, you know what to do. Stop being so pathetic. Pull finger and do some work.
Well, if Luke says he's happy at the IV, I can't see what the problem is.
But there are so many other places he could be.
Well, maybe he's already done all the travelling he wants to do. He did that big trip to Europe a couple of years ago.
Well, unless you think he should pop over to Romania and say a tender farewell to Zlata and her old man.
You're not helping. Put your headphones back on.
If it was me, I'd have a bucket list a mile long.
It's not you, though, is it? If Luke is content where he is, then that is a good thing. It means he's accepted he's going to die.
So, really, this is just me being selfish.
Nobody's saying that.
Just, when he's gone, all I'm going to have is memories, and I'll need something to hold on to, and I don't want it to be the thought of him pouring drinks at the bar.
Oh, yes! Oh.
Theatre plan for next week.
Put them here. You did email them as well, didn't you?
Didn't know I was supposed to. Fuss always liked a hard copy. Sorry, I'll never mention her name again.
No, it's these stupid things. Surgical rosters. I can't get them to format properly.
Have you done it before?
Never.
So ask someone who has.
That would mean asking Vasa.
Still being difficult.
I had every opportunity. There was a stuff up on the wards last night.
I heard. The old lady in HDU.
She's not that old. She should be good for at least another 30 years if Kylie and I don't manage to finish her off ourselves.
Oh, it's not the sort of thing that happens more than once.
Yeah, hope not. Kylie's getting some more training and I've given myself a good rack up.
All sorted then.
I wish.
So, how about taking your head out of that computer screen and joining me for morning tea?
I would love to.
Yeah, some fresh air. It's a beautiful day out there.
I can't. I'm sorry. I spent an hour on the wards with Kylie. It was worth it, but no, I'm so far behind.
And the stupid rosters won't format themselves.
You got it.
I admire your work ethic.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
I admire your work ethic.
That's what I thought you said. Except I've never heard those words addressed to me before. I've gone all tingly inside.
Hello, Mr. Chan. Is Kylie looking after you?
She's a very nice girl.
She's a honey, isn't she? Could I see his chart, please? Where's the pain score?
I was just about to do it.
Well, get on with it then.
You don't have to supervise me. I've done it before, heaps of times.
I'm not taking any chances.
Mr. Chan, how much pain would you say you were feeling on a scale of 1 to 10, where 0 is no pain at all and 10 is the worst possible pain you can imagine?
Message from Dad. Jackie's on her way in.
Oh.
He said not to wait. As long as the chef's on top of the lunch orders, then we're free to go.
I see. Have I been fired?
Don't be silly. You can come back in later if you really want to, not when it's such a beautiful day outside.
Oh, where are you taking me?
Any bit of green grass under a tree that takes our fancy. Are you coming? Yes or no?
Oh, yes. As long as the green grass is not too far from here in case Jackie needs my help.
Okay.
Oh, the partial lobectomy you put your hand up for.
Did I?
No, but I need to rejig my theatre schedule, so...
Surgical rosters.
Late.
Don't. If you need the morning I've had.
Oh, it's fun managing staff, isn't it?
And then there's the computer. I think Vasa must have used it to play online Scrabble all day. It's not set up to do half the things it should. For instance, why am I delivering you those by hand?
You couldn't find a minion when you needed one?
The whole roster request system should be computerized.
Well, you're in charge. Make it happen.
Can I really do that?
You won't know till you try.
If you can make a case for improved efficiency, I can't see you getting any argument from Rachel.
Go for it.
But I warn you now, you won't be the first to try. People don't like change.
Sounds like a challenge to me.
Speaking of change, that partial lobectomy you were so keen on, it's all yours.
No, that's great. Thank you. Yeah, I'll see you then. Bye. Oh, that is great, but what am I going to do with you?
Oh, have you been a naughty little girl? I find that very hard to believe.
No, she's been perfect as ever. It's me who's being bad. I just booked myself into an all-day meeting on a day when I know her favourite babysitter won't be available. But it's okay, I'll find someone.
I would volunteer, but...
Oh, you have a job to do, and Luke to worry about, Chris told me.
Luke asked him to spread the word.
I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do.
Thank you.
Give him my love.
I will. I just popped in to get these. They're his favourite. We're going on a picnic.
Oh, have fun.
We'll try.
Doc won't even let me plump a pillow for a patient without having a senior nurse check that I've done it properly. It's not exactly confidence building, you know.
It's only because she knows she's in the wrong. If she hadn't been slacking off yesterday, nothing would have happened.
Yep. I can see why she doesn't trust me, though.
Well, if she doesn't trust you, fine. Let her do the work.
Like, that's gonna happen.
Well, why not? You heard what Vasa said this morning.
What?
There's no shame in asking for help.
Ta-da!
Oh, what a treat.
What are you doing?
Calling Jackie. I'm not sure
No! Forget the IV. Jackie will be fine. It's just you and me now.
but we are still going to stay close to the IV.
Yes.
There's that pleasant grassy area just down from the hospital. I'm sure we could find a quiet corner.
Oh, I gotta save myself a trip. Except I also went to see Lana and it's all sorted. I've got from tomorrow off. Well, as long as she can get covered, but she will, because she's great like that. Do you think I've packed enough?
Oh, that depends. How many months are we planning on spending on this picnic? Oh, well, I suppose I no longer need to watch my calorie intake now, do I?
Oh, I almost forgot.
My head won't explode if I drink a glass of wine. I'm sorry, I could have put that more delicately, couldn't I? Bella, are you all right?
You have to promise me something.
Anything.
2 things. You won't even think about the IV, and you won't mention the T word.
T word?
Tumour. Just for today, please.
Of course.
Positive thoughts only.
New roster system?
Are you reading over my shoulder?
Well, I didn't mean to. It just jumped out at me in big black letters.
Well, you may as well read it now. tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Don't be like that.
Well,
Good luck.
you obviously think I'll need it.
Well, I just can't understand why you're bothering to reinvent the wheel, that's all. I could think of 100 other things your time would be better spent on. But it's not for me to say, though, is it?
Well, that hasn't stopped you before. You weren't scared of voicing an opinion last night, were you?
And this morning, I talked to Rachel, and that's where it stops. I'm just trying to get on with doing my job.
Everything she just said, ignore it.
Even if she just said, that Boyd Rolliston, he's a bit of all right. She didn't. She was ever so subtly trying to tell me I'm wasting my time.
Can I see?
Yeah, it's a proposal for Rachel. Gus is right, I don't know what I'm doing.
Talk me through it, might help.
You haven't got the time.
I'm making time. If we get this right now, it'll speed things up for everyone later on.
If we get this right?
Oh, I get it. So you want my help, but you also want to take all the credit. Okay. That's management thinking if ever I heard it.
Come in. Just a minute. How can I help?
I think I owe you an apology.
I think you might.
I'm sorry for being so defensive. I don't like being in the wrong.
Nobody does. But from my vast experience of stuff-ups, it's usually best to admit your mistakes and then move on quickly.
You're right. And picking a fight with you was not my best move. I wish I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's right. You never know when you might need me.
Oh, I can come back.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I got your message about looking after Tilly next week. I can't.
Well, it's not all week, it's just one day.
Yeah, I know, but I've got a lot on. Meeting with my lawyer, I don't know when.
And I suppose there's no point in asking Roy Mother.
Well, she's as busy as I am.
What day are you talking about?
Tuesday. I should have thought before I scheduled the meeting. I can't change it now.
I could take her.
You? Really?
I'll be at home anyway. It's my day off.
Hey, problem solved. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's very good of you.
Haven't quite got this computer thing sussed, have you?
Well, didn't you get the document?
Yes, and I was about to email you my thoughts. Saves time, remember, and nurses running all over the hospital from one department to the other.
Sorry, you're busy.
I'm joking.
See, I would have got that if I wasn't so tired.
Have a seat.
No, I won't keep you, but what did you think? Did it all make sense?
Perfect sense.
Did I get the apostrophes in the right places? Rachel's probably a stickler for that sort of thing.
I don't know, but I am, and I only banged my head on the desk once.
What? What did I get wrong?
Come here. There. T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E.
Not T-H-E-I-R. It's a typo.
Uh-huh.
You should have been a school teacher.
Why? Because I'm a grammar Nazi or because I'm such a crap doctor?
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself. You sound like me.
See how annoying it is? Now go and knock Rachel dead.
As a little girl, I used to think the sky was part of the earth. Like a big blue eggshell that we're all trapped inside. Silly, eh? And now I know it just goes on forever and ever. I don't know which way's scarier. I think I like being in the egg. It was cozier.
The cosmos isn't scary, really. It's beautiful. I recognize that voice. Tilly Potts.
And a mad mother. Hi. Hello. Oh, you picked such a beautiful day for it.
Oh, she certainly did, didn't she? If it wasn't for Bella, I'd still be flat out at
At the place we're not mentioning.
Hello, Tilly. Hello.
You gonna? Yeah, smile for Luke. Good girl.
She'd be talking soon.
Oh, what do you mean soon? You do full-length monologues, don't you? Eh? You're just not in the mood, are you? She's a little bit tired. Should I get you home?
Let's go. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Whee! Bye, Tilly.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She's a little sweetheart, isn't she?
Don't scuttle away. I need to talk to you.
Sorry.
Mr. Lamalu, Ward 2, IV antibiotics as soon as you can, please.
Sure.
I'll be out for about half an hour.
Dr. Freeman? Sorry, I'm not sure I'm up to it.
Excuse me?
Mr. Lamalu's meds. I'm scared I'll get the wrong dose or something.
It's basic nursing.
Go easy on her, eh? She's still pretty fragile after last night.
Well, if she needs her hand held, why don't you go with her?
Well, I can't. I'm waiting to help with the transfer.
Give me strength.
Maybe you could do it. With Kylie watching, then she'd know for next time.
I can wait until I get back. In the meantime, make yourself useful. There must be some beds that need making. Can you manage that much?
Are those two playing out?
You know, I can't work out whether Kylie is a troublemaker or just a bit thick.
Well, she could be a bit of both, of course, with Emma leading her on.
That sounds about right.
You know, and Nicole wouldn't have a clue. She nearly lost a patient last night, and you think that would be enough of a wake-up call, but she still can't see what's going on right under her nose.
Or she's looking the other way because they're all mates.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't try it on if I was in charge, I know that much.
Planning on staging a coup anytime soon? Let me know when you're ready to make your move.
Looks like you got a little son. Just here. I love you, Bella. Thank you for today.
Look, I want a baby.
What?
I want your baby.
But...
No, listen, just think about it. It'll be a little part of you that lives on with me, and I won't be by myself because I'll be a mum to our little baby.
No!
Why not?
Bella, you've got a whole life in front of you. You'll have all sorts of wonderful adventures. You'll meet someone else. And one day, you'll have your own little family. But not if you're burdened with bringing up
I don't want to meet anyone else. I just want you.
And I'm going to die. No amount of bargaining with the universe is going to change that.
So give me a baby, please.
It won't do what you want it to do. It won't make everything better. It can't.
Please.
I'm sorry, Bella. It's not going to happen.